In today's video, I want to go over a very interesting and potentially huge feature that looks to be coming to PlayStation, as PlayStation game demos are coming back with Sony's ambitious new plan. We'll go over all of the details that have been pointed out thanks to a brand new patent. Also, Google Stadia just dropped, however, it's not getting the best reception in the world. New Amazon cloud gaming rumors point to an announcement next year, so it looks like Amazon will be getting into the cloud gaming fray as well. And Lost Ember is a brand new game coming to the PlayStation 4 tomorrow, and it is a game that I want to give some shine to as it's not getting a lot of attention, especially coming off of all of these major releases. Black Friday next week, Lost Ember is a game that's definitely going to get lost in the shuffle. However, I want to do my part in getting that game a little bit of attention. And before we get into everything, I just want to remind you guys to make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon so you're always notified of uploads, and that definitely helps out the channel too, so we always appreciate that. First up, Sony is currently ramping up its services to prepare for its next-gen PlayStation 5 console. As you guys are aware, they're desperately trying to make PlayStation Now more appealing, and it's definitely worked. They've lowered the price tag to $10 a month, they're offering game downloads, and now they have north of 1 million subscribers, so that is doing rather well. According to a new Sony patent, PlayStation Now's game streaming service may eventually let users share their saves with other gamers. The idea is to create a save point in a specific game, then beam it to a friend via social media or even email, who then can click the link and take over. This isn't exclusive to PS Now either and should work with any game sold on the PlayStation Store, so that would be a pretty cool implementation. It's an extension of SharePlay, and it does mirror something that Stadia has in their save state sharing functionality. However, that isn't the most exciting part of this patent. The patent also outlines how users can create their own customized small gameplay demos and send them to friends. It specifically mentions that users can generate slices of a full game to create a kind of mini game of sorts. The basic premise is users can clip whatever game they are playing, package it into a small slice, and send it off over social media. The functionality works a lot like the built-in PlayStation footage editing software, but instead of editing a video, you'd be actually editing playable portions of an actual game to your own custom liking, and then sending them off for someone else to play. It'd be kind of like watching a gameplay clip that someone sends you, but you'd actually be able to interact with it and play it. Creators could trigger certain things to happen in the demo, like pop-up messages, images, and more. The main idea behind this feature is basically to advertise games in the best way possible. The patent would let users create interactive demos that can be sliced up and shared with users and other consumers. I imagine they would limit the amount of time. 5 to 10 minutes would be the most I could see, because at the point of offering, 15, 20, 30-minute demos, couldn't you start splicing up demos into the entire game? Maybe they limit how many you could send. There's a lot of limitations you could put into place that could still make this very effective while not offering players a way to essentially give other players the entire game. I think Sony could find a workaround on that, but this would be something a lot more effective than actually creating game demos, because you could showcase the best parts about a game. You could showcase the parts that the consumers find interesting and worth sending to other players. I think that could work really, really well. And here's the direct abstract from the patent. A method for sharing a gameplay experience is provided, including executing a video game by a cloud gaming system, wherein executing the video game includes processing a game state of the video game to provide gameplay of the video game, streaming the gameplay of the video game over a network, the gameplay of the video game being defined for a first user, receiving a command to share an interactive playable portion from the gameplay of the video game, responsive to the command, sharing the interactive playable portion of the video game through a social interface, the social interface enabling access for gameplay of the interactive playable portion by a second user. I feel like that has a ton of potential. It's something that I personally would have never thought about, just because something like that I feel like it would be difficult to implement. However, it looks like Sony is laying the groundwork of figuring out how to do that. Probably not something that's going to be implemented during the life of the PS4, but during the PS5 days, hey, that's something I would really like to see. And who knows if this will be limited to just PlayStation Now? Will it be extended beyond PS Now and work on just about every game? I think that has a lot of potential. I do think from a developer standpoint, you would have to lock out certain areas of the game from being recorded and being demoed, just because you don't want people, sending other people the last 15-20 minutes of a game, because that would be kind of lame, and I'm sure developers could also implement that rather easily, given that we've seen games, block recording in certain areas or whatever the case may be, so I don't think that would be something too difficult to figure out. But we'll keep you guys posted on that. That's potentially a major feature that will be coming to the PlayStation 5, so I definitely want to keep you guys updated on that. Alright, moving on from that, game streaming has been one of the major topics in all of gaming. We just talked a little bit about PlayStation Now. Of course, Google Stadia dropped just a few days ago, and now new rumors on the currently secret Amazon cloud gaming service have emerged today. The first report on the story, as some may recall, was provided by The Information in early January 2019. At that time, we learned game publishers had already been informed of the Amazon cloud gaming service. We haven't heard any rumors since, but CNET is now reporting that two people familiar with the company's plans have confirmed the goal to announce everything next year. Considering we're almost in December, an announcement could conceivably take in the first few months, who knows, early next year. If they do want to get a cloud gaming rolled out from Amazon, I feel like you have to announce it around the same time that next generation is announced, just so Amazon cloud gaming is just thrown in the bubble with next gen. Whenever people are talking about next gen, they're talking about next Xbox, they're talking about PlayStation 5, but they're also talking about Amazon cloud gaming. Specifically from Amazon, it noted, Amazon is all in on games. We believe the evolution that began with arcade communities a quarter at a time, growing to the live streams and esports of today, will continue into a future where everyone is a gamer and every gamer can create, compete, collaborate, and connect with others at massive scales. If you share our belief that games will produce some of the future's most influential voices in media and art and want to help developers around the world succeed and build these next generation games, come join us. Of course, that's directly from Amazon, and that is a job listing. And another job opening from LinkedIn also suggests that our products need to be highly reliable, secure, and compliant with the most stringent standards while continuing to drive innovative new use cases like machine vision and game streaming. I've talked about game streaming quite a bit on this channel, and I just don't think it's going to be that accessible anytime in the near future. Obviously, this is a long-term vision. This isn't something where Google Stadia, Amazon Cloud Streaming, even PlayStation Now, and now with Project xCloud, that these companies are looking to roll out game streaming and the next day become profitable. That's not the game plan at all. This is a 3, 5, 10-year plan, because I don't see game streaming really becoming accessible to a large number of people 5 to 10 years from now. Right now, there are some people that are going to be able to utilize game streaming and it's going to work really well. However, we've already seen that Google Stadia, some people are having problems with it. We've seen with PlayStation Now, for some people it's really great, but there's a reason they had to introduce game downloads and lower the price to get a lot more people to jump on board. It just is what it is. It's not going to be accessible for everyone right now, but this is a long-term game plan. This is something for 3, 5, 10, 15 years down the line, and for them to ultimately be profitable at that point. And lastly, I do want to highlight a game to you guys that is dropping tomorrow, and that is Lost Ember. It's hitting the PlayStation 4 tomorrow, a game that has been in the works for a little bit, and for those unfamiliar with Lost Ember, it tells the story of a wolf and their enigmatic spirit companion who sets them off on a search for the mysterious City of Light. Intriguingly, the wolf can possess the body of any animal you come across, being a parrot, trout, or hummingbird. This gives players an unprecedented degree of freedom as you traverse by land, sea, and air across lush rainforests, gargantuan canyon valleys, shimmering lakes, sprawling desert plains, and ancient temple ruins. The world of Lost Ember is one that's both beautiful and tragic, simultaneously brimming with life and bearing the ruins of the lost Yannara civilization. It's up to the player to recall what tragedy befell them and their people in a past life, experiencing the fall of a man-made world and the growing friendship of our two companions. Definitely reminds me of a game like from that game company, really artistic and story-driven. However, that story isn't told by slapping you across the face with it. It's more for you to decipher, and it looks like a very intriguing game. Again, really going under the radar, but it'll have you explore the land, sea, and air as you possess any creature you come across to experience life from a whole new perspective. Fly through gargantuan canyon valleys as a parrot, tumble through the grass as a wombat, swim through shimmering lakes as a fish. Your journey will take you from densely wooded jungles to lush rainforest canopies to barren desert plains and archaic temples. Ultimately, you'll discover a tale of loyalty, despair, and betrayal as echoes of the lost Yannara culture come to life in a lush wilderness devoid of man. Again, this is a game that has a ton of potential. It is coming out tomorrow, and it's gonna get really lost in the shuffle with everything that's been going on in gaming. Black Friday next week, holidays coming up, whatever the case may be. You guys probably have 8 million other games on your plate that you want to pick up. I imagine the majority of you guys haven't picked up every major release this holiday, so Lost Ember isn't going to be at the top of your list, but do be mindful of the fact that it's coming out. Add it to your wish list, and maybe down the line when it's on sale, pick it up then, see how the reviews turn out, and make your decision from then. But that's going to conclude this video. Again, it looks like PlayStation 5 is going to be getting a huge feature If this patent is to be believed, they're trying to bring back game demos in a very interesting fashion. Amazon Cloud Gaming rumors point to an announcement next year regarding that, and Lost Ember is hitting the PlayStation 4 tomorrow. That's a game you guys should definitely have on your radar. I understand why most of you don't, but it definitely looks like an interesting game. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.